Don't forget to leave a like if you're stopping by, and if you're new to Geekdom 101, remember to subscribe and enable all notifications so that way you don't miss a single video. We discuss all things Dragon Ball here, movies, anime, manga, and even some video games. We've been here for 10 years and many more to come. I thank you for your continued support. Let's get to the video. Alright, so I didn't think I'd be doing a video this early in the year, but we've got our first piece of Dragon Ball news already. It is January 2nd here on the East Coast in the United States. And we've got two bits of news for you today. One is involving a secret code, a secret message hidden within Dragon Ball Daima. And the second is involving a new Dragon Ball game coming very soon. Now, both of these bits of information come from the end of the year special event. Akio Iyoku, the producer, the former head of Dragon Ball Room, who you've seen on tons of interviews and tons of, conventions and things like that, has two pieces of news. First of all, the Daima thing, because there's already people getting this mixed up. So, Akio Iyoku, according to Herms, stated at the year-end event, or at the year beginning event, that every Dragon Ball Daima title has like a red character. Now, I knew that was the case just by looking at the titles, you can tell. Didn't think it meant anything though, but apparently there's a secret code with a secret message inside of Daima. Basically, at the end of Daima, when all the episodes are done, I believe you're supposed to pull out the red character, and it's supposed to make up some kind of phrase or some kind of word. Herms has already compiled all of the existing ones, and they don't seem to mean anything yet. That he thinks it's only going to become clear when all the letters have been compiled. Right now, I've already seen people asking me about this. First of all, there's no Dragon Ball Daima episode this week. Tomorrow, next week, Daima will resume. But I've already had people asking me, and asking Herms if they think that this red letter message, this red character message that's going to appear at the end of Daima is going to hint for the next Dragon Ball Super anime, the next Dragon Ball Super movie, or more episodes of Daima. I don't know what the message is going to be, but I'm telling you now, and you should know from my track record covering Daima, please temper your expectations. If they are going to announce a new anime movie project, more Daima episodes, anything involving Super, they're not going to do it within the body of Daima. Now, as much as I think that would be cool, because the MCU did these awesome, post-credit scenes, they kind of reinvented those, and now everyone uses them, right? Dragon Ball's post-credit scenes are more like comedic and fun, not really to promote the next thing. So whatever this code is, it likely will have something to do with Daima or with Toriyama himself. So that remains to be seen. But like I said, I'm not here to BS you. I do not foresee this being an announcement. Whenever a new Dragon Ball project is announced, it's going to happen on the Dragon Ball site, in one of the magazines, or at a convention. It's not going to be announced within another show. Please be aware of this. It's just going to be an Easter egg. Now, the thing that was discussed by Akio Iyoku, besides Daima, is he says he was asked about more games and movies, and he said there may be some announcements coming this year. Now, let's not get our hopes up with this. Let me tell you why. Because let's not forget he's pulled this card before. A couple years ago, 2023 or 2022, I think it was, he said there was going to be another announcement coming in 2022. And that never came. Now, looking back at it now, we know that this was probably Daima, but the reason as to why it wasn't announced is because the project took longer than expected. We know this because it's been confirmed that Dragon Ball Daima went into production in 2022. So That's when all of the visuals were submitted. That's when all of the early production happened, was 2022. So, and if you remember, in January of that year, ironic, isn't it? He said, we may have some more announcements later this year. And it was nothing. And it wasn't about the superhero movie because that had already been announced. I feel like we should remember that and maybe not take this too seriously. Yes, there have been rumors swirling of a Dragon Ball Super movie going back months. I have no update for you on that because nobody else has said anything about it. Like, none of the quote unquote leakers in the fandom have even been updated about it, and I haven't heard anything besides what I already reported a couple months ago. I'm not even sure when that project's coming out. So that's why I'm letting you know right now the best thing we can do is just not get our hopes up, because every time people fall for this, I've been blamed for it like in the past, but then I stopped like even hinting at stuff, and I told everybody lower your expectations, and people still do it. They say, "Oh, well, this must be an announcement. This must be something big." And people thought, I told people a month before Daima was announced that Dragon Ball Magic was coming. That's what it was called back then. And people still thought that it was going to be Moro. People thought the announcement at the convention of Daima last year, or 2 years ago now, 2023, was going to be the Moro arc of Super, even though I told everybody, no, it's a new show. Goku becomes a kid again. All of that was reported a month before the convention here on the channel. So I'm just telling you, because I still see the question. I don't think this means anything. Hopefully we do get something. Obviously, we'll keep you up to date here on the channel as far as what's coming, what's next. The next thing we know for sure, we have 8 more episodes of Daima, and we have the next manga one-shot coming in February. That we know for sure. We're still waiting to find out more about the next Super arc whenever that announcement comes. And there's obviously going to be new DLC coming out for all of the video games. So, not all of them, but Kakarot's getting it, Sparking Zero, obviously. A lot of Dragon Ball Daima stuff. So, anyways, man, that's it. Those are the 2 bits of news. Have a good one. See you guys this Sunday for the Super Magic Show Live as we remember Toriyama with a Toriyama historian, Derek Padula. See you then.